Other four me chiachi amunyina ma munyina kwaba eba COVTVGHANA so. Na other four assembliesi. Me pese me de the quickest update at the emamu ewo eye platform so. Munyina mo kai infonyina etwegu yi. Nanu ya just last week Friday and I this update we the baba somo. Abra eye Ghana Immigration Service for ebowura aboso kan any carnation onom ekọ yi eye emay ni memay edi free honom a yede omukọ eye omukrom because omu street ni so a omu cause nuisance. Na sa operation yi sha ase ya ka ho asem ya bo Ghana Immigration Service for ho asem. Odofo nsem bebra sorry efri sa da omu ye sa operation. Enti me no ka say omu ntimi ento aso. Yes, trust me. Omu ntimi ento aso bi nti omu suspend this year operation omu ye. Na me pese ye tie mu nsem kakra na ye hu the latest update pa adikro nti no sensem ti anoma bi say ekoso. Na afi nipa na ye chi omu no omu ye ho afọ omu free fa omu do ay say sen situation ankasa akwakoduru. Enti ye mo nwram sesi na yentie sa nkomo ye koso any statistics are penifo ede aba abontin. Yes, enti na mesrew unsubscribe to YouTube channel na subscribe na share your video no na bo afoforo so amane. Enti ye nko na ye nkoti na ye mra eye sesi a o wadunche bi afato eye comment section onom so na o de mame me da sepa.
Now no fiada last week video no ni ye bi and Ghana Immigration Service for
Akuma FM 87.9 KUMASI.
Mama ne omo maka mo so a omo beg. In fact omo classify mo nyina so omo ye omo so omo ye omo nye omo ni document omo nye documented. Nti omo nyina kom nyina bom no omo de breakdown amaye enra we had a breakdown Evans na said ye ni ye di ye ni ebu no eni almost say enipa nationalities or say the breakdown of nationalities of 2,241 persons currently held at designated holdings centers are as follows. Almost say enipa no emu 2,073 Nigeria for.
Hey.
Okay, no. We Niger for. Sorry.
Nigerians.
We Nigerians. Yeah. And Nigeria for no 138.
Okay. Omuni documents.
Yes. Nti Niger for no doso.
And so man yira no
mipia. Nigerian for no 2,073.
Say omuni documents no man yira no mipia.
Oman yira.
Omo fa kwan so.
And Nigerians no 138. Burkina Faso no 28
KUMASI.
and Guinean 1, Malian 1. Inti total near 2,241. Data on the Facebook page no so no. Now almost say the standard operating procedure almost go through ne say almost eticho mumu no mti Nigeria form do mu komu base for Niger for anam do mu komu base Burkina for anam do mu komu base and also omo ye no gender age to omo ye hwe ema no ne do mu ko na emema nso ye do mu ko ye hwe nkwada na do mu nyina ko ba di fa
87.9 KUMASI.
to omo de no ma ye no is in line with international best practices. Now almost say on 17th no mo chiri wo mo no omo ntimi a repatriate wo mo 17th na Friday no mo chiri wo mo no omo ntimi a repatriate omo ntimi am for man komu krum. The plan was that omo chiri wo mo a omo do be komu krum but omo ntimi na emom asat 18th May ano ye Saturday no na omo start repatriation process no na they see aye kasa yi enipa 925
KUMASI.
and omatimi aye successful omo do mo kwako drum krum
Omo do mo fa plane na say
eno de wo mo enka wa ha
Nigerian embassy wa ha.
yes
And Nigeria embassy
na mu no emu Niger for no 819.
Okay.
Nigeria for no 106. As we speak, Omonfa Burkina Baby Ankoi.
Okay. Burkina Faso yes say.
Burkina for no 28.
28. Okay.
Omonfa Guinean Bianco, Nebaku, Guinean Baku, Malian Baku, Omodo for Munkoi. Omomachindo Makoni for Niger for no. Out of 2073, no more the 819.
87.9 Kumasi. So the
yes. And Nigerians no a year out of 138, no more the 106 and echo. Burkina Faso koi. Good.
Nigeria forecast you.
Na almost say almost shall be kama. Na no pay omo zamanfo can say omo human rights ni the amount for the human rights sema be mo say kwan mo fa so a wo mo chi wo mo treatment wo mo dem mo show concern e wo ho but wonim anopa me yankwa ma no so ho na ye ni pani a uba ade a friend no diplomatic international relations any ade a oye expert e wo ho oye diplomatic consultant your friend Farouk Al-Wahab my any nim ko ba kakra about this the security implications say how amanfo hunu say the approach anyhow e betuma sustain no niam me ensa ene ye hwe the approach yes the approach and how e be sustain and the security implications and sa niam yi na ye ba be di hu nkomo Miriam bacho bibia boko de
bacho bibia boko
yada nyankopon asepa no penso yada wasese ye toto ahoma no so waso mu amaye na oni yen edi sankomo yi. Now first of all my yebusa say what are the main global factors that contributed to sadie because enye Ghana nko a utie uhwe international platforms ne tabloids no kenkan bia you could see say ade a sorry pa ewo yebeka yen Africa hakra no let's look at it that way ade na ye contributing factors to sa na ma ye hu ewo Ghana ha yes omo street to street beggars ne foreign nationals omo be rero mamu ne sa na ma no
Akuma FM 87.9 Kumasi.
Very simple thing. You can sum it up to economic reasons. In the first thing, economic reason to the facts. I'm say Africa as a continent. Till let's say you did not try.
I see.
You try say you did not shape the economy. You have to say you could. Na yetimama sabi amanfo no anase kroma no etima chance
87.9
across Africa up to now obia more or less many nyini kro except some very few women are very stable also some courtesy to Western ideology they destroy omukro ama stable countries our African continent, then register one single issue of a commission and that's exodus and that's okay before echoing slave woman country there to support the whole African continent. Our no idea who was a citizen there name before Botswana was the Republic of Ajamaria, Libya. Now, sorry, our Africa. Nigeria used to be the hub of all the African economic democracy and economic emancipation in the 70s, leading to 80s, under the Shehu Shagari government. And Ojano, the Western government, I confused to look at and say, Africa for now be good. On you very careful, and the economy ever said. Plus, meanwhile, the Nigeria economy was more or less stronger as the economic of UK. And to be realized, now Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan, Omo Rift, I know money John J. Rawlings war. Omo Rift, I know money other African leaders now know your military war. but Rawlings most particularly was the cause that British for any the Western allies a country to Nigeria and man or tackle West Africans in Nigeria the public crisis that went man with you. When he said, a crowd, you know, I want about Cuba. The real Jumadin, every baby crew. America, I want a baby crew, Americans, and who is an American. Sorry, no. Now Rollins, Margaret Thatcher, and declares were a fugitive, no. And when the man also in a healthy approach, say that to follow the penalty, also Jamaica and Royal Day, why not just say it, or best Africans, rather to make a government popular in the West. And our Ghana must go. So, Lanka said Cameroon must go. You are not Cameroonians, so Nigeria, no those Ghanaians. But the Anya said the Benin must go. The Togo must go. They did it, Ghana must go, because they wanted to exacerbate the story and the hardship and difficulties for John Rawlings during the economic situation there, come about in 1981-82. That was the regime of Besson. And from that time, no, and a cripple and a crash here. 5 years after our work to Kumhono or Pamuno and a Nigeria, the economy, no, about from Everton now, 20 months or review. But then, actually, it is very clear. Civil unrest. Dudwana a politically motivated civil unrest. And the Dudwana associate military coup negatively worked out against her by the same word against each other. In a special case, your friends in Sudan. Yeah.
FM 87.9 KUMASI.
Central African Republic. The fall of Empire Bokassa. Central African Republic. Omunya peace. The one side is fighting against the another side. What about the Republic of the Congo? So who's the Congolese across the border in Goma or Zambia or any other place? It is commonly normal. So Congo is the biggest in terms of border or border more than any other country in Africa. Congo borders with about 8 countries or 9 countries on the region of Eastern, Central, and somehow. It is maybe a Congo. None of the surrounding countries. Now, there be only peace. So there's always a fight. And the Congolese back Burundi, Congolese back Rwanda, or back Uganda, Congolese back Congo, your friends at Brazzaville, Obewa, maybe Olenke. And who would that exodus now? I am Tokwa Asori Umukumo. West Africa was not spared. In the 90s, early 90s, late 80s, 90s, you know, Nigeria was fighting in 1990s. Sierra Leone was fighting in 1980s. Holy Sanko uprising. Okonya for 10 good years, from 1990 to 2000 until 2002, Sierra Leone was fighting. It was the same thing in Liberia. Guinea, we had sporadic reactions. And Tiwusha, a idea, a prevalent and consistent with the African settings. But there, who say and Tokwa African country, only that kind of issues, you know, you can call out and single out some of the frontline states. Zambia, notably, and Onyokuda on Konda. Botswana, Onyokuda on Konda. Zimbabwe has had problems with economic and then political presidential issues, but they were not best into civil uprising. Botswana talks of the list of Africa, only the most peaceful country, in my view. Namibia, since your friend is saying, almost free, only an independent from South Africa. No, Namibia as an African country has been very stable and very peaceful under the political care of the country's father, Sam Nujuma. If you want Namibia for say, Omania crisis, answer is no. Angola had an issue in the south during the time of Johannes Savimbi. America for any the Western allies. What is called a bandit group. The man said, Omune about central government against the Portuguese government, norms in the in the Cabinda region, for several years, for 20 years, 25. Time Omuna don't all the diamonds are not having the crown. We deceive him some president.
I see.
With our about Kuma, China, assassination. Look at when you come to the sub-Saharan, Mali were as many as 15 active rebel groups. In this, we imagine, say, origin be rebellion activities, with different multiple groups in the bush, in the desert, no more. The same thing we are doing Burkina. Cote d'Ivoire had a problem in the year 2019, in the year 90s, in the year 2000, year elections, 2008 thereabout. Year elections, Laurent Gbagbo, Solon Guillaume, and Ouattara. The same thing Cote d'Ivoire today, you could only see from Takrade to Elubu, Iberian cars in Guana Netwaso. An issue of a war. And then that crisis that and so Togo, only politically or election or cabinet or there's a heat all the time. Until Kofi go and other prime minister, there was an uprising and there was always a heat in Togo. But the only thing is a different case. Oma and Timan cost too much. It was when John J. Rollins any Arabama senior, no more risk, any the likes of Olympia, any Togolese political heads, everybody Ghana, and as some Togolese so cross border, so room for flower, for me, and there won't much of that reaction. Now, over Burkina, any Ghana border is silent. Burkina base. And also to that extent, as the impression was created, said Burkinabe, Abakruma. The business immigration creates soup. Naka say Ochi Burkinabe, Ochi Burkinabe. You and I can say that you can't say Burkina for Ghana attracting more baha. There are so many natural reasons. Obu ane papa wa ane mami wa ha.
Yeah.
Ne mami yo Burkinabe, ne papa ye Ghanaian. But if you have to talk about who is a Burkinabe, who is a Ghanaian in the north, and Obaka say, Wangara Foro, and what's rolling and said, but you Burkinabe, Bruma 4, you don't know Burkinabe. Your friend is a Bizangas, you don't know Kinabe, even Mamprisi, etc. Ubenya Burkinabe. And Kinyang wants a Burkinabe. Ideally, there is no continent of the world that the citizens encore other countries. So you have a country. Let's leave out the exodus what Ghana is seeing today. Say, you just call any different issue be dealing with it in the
yes, but I know say a single and not out now. You're dealing with that. Yes.
But the country in the West African sub-region, Nigeria came into the picture in the early 2000s. Last 25 years, Nigeria forced people into travel. And per their population, but if you're talking about foreign nationals outside our country in the whole of West Africa and predominantly Africa, Ghana tops all apart from Nigeria.
87.9 KUMASI.
Ghana tops all in Europe, in Holland, in Germany, in Ghana is the most country where to quench any African country.
Wow, in Africa, huh?
In Africa.
Hey. Near Nigeria for sure.
In America, average numbers because Nigeria population is so giant.
Okay.
But we're talking about rapidity.
Okay, right.
Consistency, prevalence. Ghana for to quench every country.
87.9 KUMASI.
Bring South African and Ghanaian comparison to our UK. Funny South Africa, I go to UK. Answer is Ghana. Bring Ghana and Zambia. Answer is Ghana. Bring Ghana and Angola. Answer is Ghana. Bring Ghana and Lesotho. Answer is Ghana. Bring Ghana and Mozambique is Ghana. Ghana and Malawi is Ghana. Ghana and Kenya is Ghana. Ghana and Ethiopia is Ghana. Ghana against Egypt, every country. Ghana tops all in terms of exodus and traveling. And we call it economic travels.
Yes, that's true.
You coup d'etat about 8. It would be why plunge into national chaos. Every country, now citizens, but then one watch here, basically, and that's a boastfully, Ghana for
Wadaroma online no na atiko nti aman komo no du ba bia na yente won kan yi ya na komo no ba bi o ha na atwa sim na adwemba cho o te me to won kan.
Okay.
Akuma FM 87.9 KUMASI.
So bad, very bad. Very bad. But so be say betima a reposition ho na and I am some fraud viewer. Very bad.
I'm very good. My place is very okay.
Okay, I think that this is better.
Better.
Yeah.
Okay. So apart from Nigeria, I call in exodus will be adding a new other African countries are Ghanaians call and then by virtue of your new closeness, any regional border and then traditional and then culture and then tribal. Ayo Cote d'Ivoire. Only Cote d'Ivoire, any Nigeria for free more. From the other countries, Ghana for Ecuador or Africa, Gabon, then Libya, and Mokoye. That's all taking Libya. Take Gabon, went down, you don't even have anybody there. Now take Nigeria. After there were the presence of Ghanaians or Nigerians. There are more than 6,000.
Okay, but even so, who say Ghana so be destination for most of the African countries.
I'm coming there. I'm coming there. And then I make sure say we Ghanaians should not. And once again, hear me say other African countries and also other nations and a number of records. So you can, you are journalist, quote me and check your statistics. So you share a Ghanaian in Nigeria. As against Algerians in Ghana, I will tell you, sir, we have more Ghanaians in Nigeria than few Algerians in Ghana. Younger Ghanaians in Egypt compared to the Egyptians in Ghana. Younger Ghanaians in Botswana. You cannot get more than 10 Botswana citizens in Ghana as compared to Ghanaian teachers. Kwana and Botswana. How many Namibians now show Mukruma? So I'm talking about travel here. Just only economic travel for the betterment of the Ghanaian. Into what but I've given you challengeable argument. So even in America, in UK, in Germany, there is no single Ghanaian, no single African region, African tribe, African national, or what Germany would take out the numbers of Nigeria in the last and extra Ghanaians. Bring that country and let's see.
Okay, so maybe say zero in this discussion. You ever heard Juma Ghana for Moko any day because there is some common by street beggars, no. And the influx, be SAS or numbers no guswa air cost. Per the data, according to Ghana Immigration Service in Komobia Mete, Penny Bagun say, ye can't walk chrome ha, ye beggars on the streets, our foreign nationals are. Omo 20,000.
I gave that statistics. The immigration did not. Whoever put that figure out there misled. Requoted.
Okay.
I gave that figure.
Okay.
That we have about 20,000. Nobody, no migration, no the boss, nobody can tell you. I put that issue there on one of my sister radios on last Saturday.
Okay.
So we have seemingly over 20,000. And I know what I'm talking about, and I know the figures that I'm dealing with.
Street beggars.
Street beggars from the Republic of Niger. Street beggars, they are other nationals. But from the Republic of Niger.
Osha Ghana Immigration Service data or by update on the exercise of Greater Accra. Out of the 2,241, emu 2,073 Niger for.
Yes.
So it means that the numbers no was said they walk. I
said, and only the few up. The few, which is not even up to a quarter of the numbers they rendered up in Accra. Because Wama Zongo Junction, Wama Kaneshi, Wanko Dakuman, Wanko Malata Market. There's very few non picky omo high street.
Kumasi ha nsokra no munyamai.
Obiama ho.
There be Obiama ha.
Obianko Tamale. Obianko Takrade. Obianko Sinyan. The major capitals, including Koforidua, they are all over. What about Aflao? The figures they are putting out there, no? Maybe I say that it comes to your topic. How did they enter the republic?
Yes, because Niger, one call Nigeria, minimum numbers are more Nigeria. One Fabokina, Babi Ghana. And Debia no soon said numbers ne Kosro. So that's the question. Okay,
so immigration that comes with the data should come and answer this question. They are my friends. Now let me take you through. Niger in 2005, Niger in 1995, Niger in 1998, and years before. On any country, on any neighbor, Chad, they experienced the most rough and harsh situation exacerbated the trouble over famine, hunger, drought. As a country, fundamentally, in Shota Niger, some part in Shota be once in 3 years. Once in 3 years. And we can call it desert mad storms. Now put that one aside. A kimi baho. Niger for no wahano. And now Niger for na bagana no. Let's get the issue clear, sir. Niger is not at war with any country as we speak. Niger in a rebel situation. The rebel situation was far north. The far north and Ghana, then Chokwana see Cape Kusa, Obi Ghana, Takran and Kibi Obeba. And the Shababia Oma Wahan is free. Karuano, Shababio Mufiba. Zinda, Akaho, Zinda Oho, Jema Oho, Arele to Oho, Agadas Oho, next check, one big gap towns. The Ukrainian and Crackers Ukrainian HP, one Kumaraji, Tawa Koho, the Koho, and in Yami. And so what just had in Crackers in now? I don't know.
87.9 KUMASI.
Oma Mohano, a Buzi tribe. Oma Wuhano, Tamuri Forum, Oma Wuhano, Tarak Saka Trebum, Fulani Fanny Domu Medium. Fulani for na koko corner number is in Fulani for.
I say almost what you am yeah.
The Bajadi as and a Guruma forces whom the Gruma so. Every cry Ghana said Gruma de do Ghana. And they do Burkina. And no more Arab on the Omaha. And a Tubu form. Tubu form to so Emaha. Now again a Baman a tree in Kumaba. Oma Juma, a year Omo Ejuma, Niger government. On when you couldn't call on Niger, I don't know what problem begging. Niger government in Lankasano, only you couldn't, you couldn't matter citizens in Wahano. No problem on no more air begging. And what did they do? They do one harsh conditions on 20 miles, and then when you ensure one bucket, now the whole family no economic. About 2 weeks. I'm sorry to say, Gaya, the Anyani is going to any problem because you will not be no more Gaibi. So, weather conditions there 80 degrees, 70, 60, Obedian 50 degrees, in a holiday, Emma woman. Until April, they leave the country. No, I started. But when we back home, Hanankasano, Papa, while you're smuggled out of one Kumtown, and it's a Kumse. So if we are late, no free at Samaka or Jiria border, Haga Plateau, Nano, and also Ofi, Mali border, and also Ofi Chad border, or Bad Niger, Abikema Abazes or Bagana, Papa. Niger, Ubabi, Omu bigger city, Biana. Your border from the 7 kilometers by frontier. Frontier, the 7 kilometers. And it's a 17 kilometers border in any big city. That be out in the ABC form. We see from a card identity, card review, and a purpose. We do card and table, send up 7 free Bolga Eba Accra. Maybe pay every Bolgano 17 kilometers to the border of Bolgano. Let me show my ID card. Let me show the citizenship card. Let me show the purpose crime they call capital. This is what it is in Niger. It was like that in Cameroon. It was like that in Chad. Cameroon, Roma relax you there. What called Walla now it's 50 form. And in Niger for no. Aha woman. Ya dini biti omu fa desert ni so fa omu kronechi se agadasa ofechi se ayi marabia ofechi se tahwa ofechi se zinda ofechi no wemi wia no masaya dan wasa fa desert nechi sa engine destination Nigeria Eyo chopie nyame ansa. Opie nyame opi nyame eko Nigeria no. The first Nigeria state and a city okopie no Sokoto. Ani Sokoto border no. Nigeria side Sopron. And the Nigeria side Lela. We mu smuggle woman no be na Nigeria Lela. Onye bi Sokoto a wasettle because Sokoto for nyina no. Sabi Nigeria Sokoto for nyina no. O mla Nigeria for. In the house and worker. And when you want to Sokoto area, no, Waka Nigeria Hausa, Waka Nigeria Hausa, which is the same thing from Kaduna Hausa, and Gongola, and your friends, Hausa one not so. And within Nigeria, no, it is stress again. And what Katia Sretikano from Sokoto, or best share Adiaba Kaduna, or best share Adiaba Kogi, or best share the Aba Abuja, or best share Budika Komina Kwamina. Niger State. And quite Roman friends to be Niger State. No 190 Nina, 190 Abuja, 190 for middle belt as Jessica be Lagos. Odu Lagos was 90 Ebiako Badagri. No do Badagri was 90 Ebiako Benin Republic as Jessica Okotuni. But continue no Benin for any moment. Omo mama Kopa Okotuni, Omichi Oma. So I know border. Come good care my Zanzu. No don't call enough from Mako Jama Gumize. And for about 10 times, the new phone train don't call 10 times. And you know, when the Nina on the Nam Elium, on the Nam Chrome or Sre, and you can be a sentiment and to the new border in Lakoji with Lagos. Oh, yes, or a citizen. Who without a passport, I will be. We do our man in Sasso, familiar. And don't go job order next year, we didn't see you. Obuna and ye, we didn't to me. And they shield themselves up with kids.
So that's me. I don't know, I sent you one anti and Quadaya no come hui. Say, baby, I will free the baby, I'll be doing Quadaya canoe. Because last time, no, because probably there are sponsors, or more facilitate to more entry.
Then again, I put that statement out there. This is the story. So, friend, you come about. You're a young man, and a warden, our webisham, a be an agent. The agents in the set, me, but the mayor ever cancel. Uncle Bergin speak. Now, my brother, my cousin, or the Niyaka, or one Munua or Bano, or the need the brother, or the Nadam for ye, the Sofo ye, the Imam ye. No, bia the volunteer, the Nemaka home. And the one person, Oba Ukrainian Nipa Bear 30, and Ukrainian Bear 40, on the great, on the leader. And then warrior, or the Omo Bar, Orban, Shampani be a young woman, and trying to be as young as 6 months. Young woman is Yaho, or the woman will come into the law. Any woman tradition, no custom, they say. You do a mobile. A man or do mobile, any Yamayan and now for Freud and a shop for you, a bush up and you. All right, let me know the other. All right, let me know the other. And yes. All right. And so I know your man will cancel. German anti-badu so to know one.
Even Sanya and Yanni on any number.
Oh, Papa. Nasa Oka traditions are Cameroon, we in my Utimkachos or better than a boyfriend or a country fashion. That's what Manuko. Obuna. Over them there 2 years. That's all could down the common go down for my boyfriend. We African traditions are. That time I mean African traditions now. Now we don't hear to them. You've been dealing with another topic. Queer and weird African traditions. African content. I Cameroon. Now, Niger, on in Crimano, one person in Temu Bar, Swan watch here. A man and the European and now Bapen on their Magagia. And on the Berman on Nasha Jokutu. Not a dear, Marco Essen, or the bag essential. Or bar, a dear or pie, dear. Shit, a dear say. And Zoba watch a traffic light as well. When you know, traffic lights in around, will be a coach and granny to car. What it will be share. When the man, a dear mammy and sa, a dear man for whom the real name the Berman in say. Now, crime good street in so. No more there.
Ebi na yɛhwɛ sisi ya ɔba kɔ gyi sika ne de aba na nkɔla na sala wɔ hɔ a obi ade ne de bɛto ne nsɛm no
wɔde ne de aba ɔwɔ ne yi ha ne slate wɔtɛ na Arabic akora we ni die ni akora we ni die ni akora we ne maame na we yɛ ne sɔfo yire no ne sa akora ne credit even though so ɔno na ne na wɔ ɛ na ɔno no ba no ɛnyɛ ne ba wo sɔfo na ana imam na ɔde ne yire ma no so ɔmfa ne bɛgi no Akwa no no na wo na imam ni ba no a check sika dia to ama no no a check yes or you be accountability we dra na joa your pet and oye na mami say when we say ni je ni ba ana mana mu wo mu no when we say obi gina polyclinic bi ti e ran ya yeda when we say ebia wo of polyclinic e ko yini da. When we say a man be the polyclinic, they walk, they don't fall sick. They walk, they don't sit in the car. They walk without even eating. And when I say to car junction, it's on a traffic light. Akwa who went to mind the car man. The team are come to 2 months and crying and catch an woman's car among themselves here no more. And you go be able to say. I don't know Binia exactly and woman says, there be a Yaniano no. Obia the Yajima the Sister Command Papa. Your mammy to hobby. And to what did ya now overlord and jails the night Diana said. Now the Biama they are 12 Yanama Opa. It's among them crank on phobia and crab and your form and mammy Baku. Your baby can hold the mamba could push him because the other record and then I did.
Yeah, that's true. Nano, that dear Swabaha, a weaby hobby, be a drew on it says, can we have KUMASI. And we have Timuano.
And to woman casa among themselves in 2 babies, I say, a dynama omuya sadiano. They do that because they share the money, they record the money, and you be near the amount of their lady, and you 1, 2. One now who sabi one venture me. I will send me journey. Wakwa sign sabi WC when we say omoko where you private that. No. A hona no mbibia. Mamene da ho wawo na oga traffic light ase na mu twemko. Na ni say wawo ase ho. Wawo pa ma crash and tumamu ho. Enti all these things no. Ye musa say when they are coming to Ghana, what are they no mufa? When the Benin, Obegram Togo, Odua Flower, Papa will be in heaven. After our migration from a country, say, after our border, Omo will send me jail for be at 20, Nipa Bako the 30, and what do you show passport? And the ECOWAS protocol now have it said there must be conditions as any panic in the seek asylum. Nigeria phobia no seek asylum. And only condition they are said famine come declare by United Nations come drought any sanya man as you are a big Niger. And a bang a quan na omu faswa omu yadan omu timi enya kwan ewuram one show passport one show identity card one show any citizenship card or you're untitled citizen. But it is assumed in the omu free. It is assumed immigration for you so me and the for me the free crowd. Now you play board and no we are. At what point do you now show and tell Ghanaians say Oma Baha Omu says we know? And yes, Oma Baha. Yes, Obibe invoke the humanitarian and human rights.
Yes, and I mean, as we speak, Sraj for the statement about the same Angela Ukui, and woman so raising issues about that.
And then my shop, any collaboration, and no matter the Sraj budget to be a sponsor Ghana migration say, then your workshop. When do you come and if you say the statement here, you are number one. I have an issue with Sraj. I have an issue with any civil society organization or that criticizing immigration. Yes, I
possibly
criticize
no more how I handle them. How
do you handle them? Immigration for Oma and Buomo. Did you see immigration beating anybody?
No.
Did you see immigration handcuffing any of them?
No.
It's like go to La Côte d'Ivoire. Immigration for another and yet migrate all the douane and la police de la Côte d'Ivoire or so attack and crank it in 3 years. When you check here, now they are Boba, not potential. Now we say they are Boba, not potential.
87.9 KUMASI.
And then the other cat said humiliation, and then the other culture said human rights abuse, and then the other culture said disgraceful or indecent treatment of your friends and foreign nationals. Now, when you check the car this year, many question and problem with immigration is where are you taking them to? How would you deport them? What means are you deporting them with? And where is the destination of the deportation? And then another question, because when you mean Paja Wemsu Brom Komatogo? When you mean from Koma migration for Brom Kotogo? And yet Togo, and Togo catch one Jena. When you inquire how far to Ghana, even though Togo himself or Ghana.
Okay.
When you mean Fanny Koma Beni, or Baka mean fine, you can be amrel. So what you need to do is you deport them to the country where they came from. But if you have to release them, their course protocols, to the next border, there must be a justification and proof of the border and use of farm.
Okay, in this case, it means that Ghana Immigration Service Force should update us means our Mudomo anyhow. What is we use the appropriate embassies normally as a repatriation now. That is what you are calling for.
Thank you, because when you go to Togo, I can tell you so Togo one mass the population of 2,000. Now what they not go Togo Baka so nika ni bi. Oni so far from the buy. What now we relax to immigration frontier. And we relax to internal migration work. And one more mabegundia. Menjeno. Don't you control me to the next border because Nigeria no bano ya we been Burkina Faso. O one we just so one. We be Burkina or cut it down.
87.9.
Or cut it down. Eba Boliga. It is all in Nigeria na dey come to go. So go back and will see her.
Okay.
And the boy eba.
Okay.
If you don't propose of Sanka say and I say of Boko. It would then call him for. And how is immigration be proven?
Okay.
Now we deporting there. Now we should need rights. Okay,
but when you bring into your bed 4 minutes be na your rapper. You share the security implications because you didn't come in and busa. There was some kind of reactions, messages about hey, say you are the who a serious so any security. The implications are yen security. And on I'm maybe 4 or 5 minutes now. Yami Adomoa, Yenyabra, we will look at the part 2 of our discussion because myself, I'm enjoying it. My panel, I enjoy. My listeners also enjoy the history and how are the process, everything. Omu go through no, you enjoy. But you share the security. How dangerous and omu presence. Work room hano. To our security.
It doesn't pose one single security threat to the nation. It poses only social security threat. The difficulty is inside. Immigration Ghana municipality is not only immigration, the city authorities. We need to Niger for so many people. When we Niger near Sabi, Sankrano, what we are yes, but the social disgustful aspect, disturbing security issues socially, you know, I want to move from my dream call. Omu baby omudana usi omo. Wow. Omu bagua usi omo. Are you aware? What causes a big na a cemetery? Na denti na Ghana new there. You say a mawu mi yesi omu da biya sabi. Na me fancha ye.
87.9 Kumasi.
What was that Niger ni se ni pada? Omu yema no. Omu nya malaria. Omu manya malaria. Omu nya fever. Oman to men treat ya. Any alarm teaching now to form the inclination. These are the security disturbances. That's a woman and crowd and a maui and a woman I have 1:40. Them about 40 and ma. Tama no mjegi kwa hona. Okini banwa di look for chena no. The security threat ben no push mount. The security threat a social disturbances. What be jina waka ho. Now we ma ban go for car no. Now we pay komo ma we pay. If you are now the car crack of fun now, so that is the security that we're talking about. And I wouldn't say there are a lot of times and then she traffic light, first light, car get losing brake, abon kwani bi. Shirame the city authority or this and kwani bi ba kokko lebu so ko yim sika de ahwe no. That is the security threat. But in terms of security threat as a national security of a state,
but our have kana me jama kwa da ba kun so a ye ne ye chief for ye bu say ho ne say san kwada ye omo na mu a ye ni omo so ye control omo movement ni ade say terrorists ni percent omo recruit you omo say very easy omo so mean so very simple.
Papa, I can still tell you once again. The jail for no more, Papa. Papa, you can say a man to Papa. Okay? Terror is being no bit to my issue. Terror is being no bit to my issue. Time crying on them home. Baby, I didn't free bar. You know, when you're 4 years, I didn't free bar. Or 90 do Ghana and when you're 8 years. That's a major language. Major language be a one. So from the Chrome Jema, from the Chrome Zenda, from the Chrome Azagadas. From the Como I can language in your beckoning and Yamada channel. Meanwhile, we go school. Security threat and they say the gender ministry, children ministry, a quiet fast to say. So Mubadia and Yentimi, my baby, Yam woman go school, Yam Yodia, Yam Fakwaya, Yabaya, then Yagomako. Now, security threat. Then get a car. Ghana near Kaya some year Ghana. None your security wale from Kwana, Omuda, Pagetia, Trotro Station, Omuda, Abosokai, Omuda Hano, and security threat in Kenya. And the Sanka, a for recruit room. Then Yankasa Ghana domestically. Then Yankasa Ghana, the biggest politicians, political class, Okuman, not room near free. And in our Wale from Kwani Fiba. And Crown what 10 years, almost 1 year, 3 kilos, and in Omufiba. Have you dealt with that issue? We don't have about security as a nation. We have no security.
Okay.
We don't have any problem to be worried about them. We have the problem of some of the issues that are raised here and said.
Okay.
A man who wants child, Jaba, a man who gender ministry already. Some of the actions are and can take him in taking. We didn't. And the last thing let me tell you, I'm calling at 12 years. I'm calling at 11 years. Some of them are just for the Okuman. It's all security threat. The Amunko Kaswa entry, the whole Kaswa. Namukwasha ni just for a well established Ukuma. Namukoya and Kwa Matsu Muwaru, 10 years, 9 years. Naminuchi Oba, 9-year-old girl. Now I am no 10 years. Ejubani nije nyakwa polyclinic na obi na anye no tikrum ha. Any no security threat we as the country should be concerned about. And yes, our cosmetic approach na here.
Okay.
I know Genesis so na wakwa ye wono mo e wo hɔ ne nso mmoa. Dwumadi foforo a signed in wo COVTVGHANA so ne say ye interview Ghana for e wa abrochi ananse wo man yi mu a watumi adi yi etu mpon wa abrabo na watumi akyerɛkyerɛ ye nkwampa hodo a yen so ye betumi afa so anya sika ne de ahye business ase. Enti memma wo rain fi say wo be subscribe to yen YouTube channel ye COVTVGHANA na we me notification bell ne so sɛ ne be ya wo mmesi yen videos a ye drop ni mu ba akokra.